What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a Real Housewives of Potomac extra, honey. I will be reading the comments, honey, from that last episode. Not this just past episode, but I just kind of want to read the general comments of how the people is feeling about the show, because a lot of people, honey, they've made such great points, honey, with their comments. So I'm going to be reading through those. But before I get to that, honey, we got Miss Gizelle Bryant, honey. Yes, Miss Jizzy is calling out her co-star Candiace Dillard Bassett and accusing her of always playing the victim. Ain't that about a blip? Okay, Candiace the victim? Girl, Gizelle is a bully, okay? I know some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your damn teeth, but Gizelle is a bully, okay? She's always trying to attack somebody's marriage because she ain't got one of her own, honey. Okay, she literally is the least talented woman on this show. Her podcast, in my opinion, is whack. Her and Robin, honey, they just whack. Okay, whack city. Whack city. Ain't that Tiger he came out with, Rack City? They whack city, honey. Okay? So when you listen to that song, honey, you think of Gizelle and Robin. But yeah, Gizelle is just whack. No talent, just beauty. Girl, that's not enough. This is not 1985. Okay, like, you gonna have to come better, honey, than how you coming. Okay, so during a recent interview, Bryant said, Candiace wants to always be a victim. We're no longer friends, so I don't feel like I need to hold back anything anymore. When have you held back, Gizelle? Okay. She continued, what happened, and it was unfortunate. Girl, nothing happened. And no one's going to tell me how to feel in a situation like that. We recently reported that Gizelle and Candiace have been at odds with one another since Candiace's husband, Chris, was accused of making Gizelle uncomfortable. At the beginning of this season, Bryant informed Dillard Bassett about how she felt about Chris's alleged inappropriateness without trying to upset the drive-back singer. Not the drive-back singer, honey. That's my song. Okay? Y'all know that's my song. Candiace ain't got to do nothing else, honey. Okay? That damn drive back, honey, is everything. You see that, Gizelle? That's talent. That's something that, you don't have. That's why you got to resort to trying to tear down people's marriages every season, honey. You got the same raggedy first floor formula, honey, that you always use. Can you come up with something different? I say you can't. Okay, however, that didn't go over so well, especially since Bryant admitted that Chris didn't do or say anything wrong to her. Gizelle went on to reveal why she believes that Candiace acted the way that she did, because I know Candiace is very sensitive, she says, and she can be a bit dramatic. I was very careful to choose my words carefully with her. She added, at that time, she and I were friends, so I wasn't going to say anything that was going to be super inflammatory and hurt her. But she took it to a whole other level of nonsense. No, she made you look stupid. Okay? If you watch the show, honey, do you think that Candiace is playing the victim, or is Gizelle making things bigger than what they really are? Honey, they got the wrong words at the wrong times in this sentence. And honey, get it together, honey. I'm trying to read these blogs. Y'all put y'all comments, honey, in the comment section, and let's read the comments from the show. I just want to see what everybody thought about the Karen and Charisse showdown and some other stuff, honey. Okay, guys, people are also going to be talking about Mia, Robin, and Charisse as well. So let's check out what the people are saying. One person says, every time Mia comes on camera, I get a better understanding of why she doesn't have friends. She has this disgusting trait of doing things for other people with the intention of holding it over their head. Yeah. She always wants to have the ability to say, I did that for you, or you have that because of me. She did it with her mom last season, the nanny, Jacqueline's sister, on Twitter this season, the nanny's daughter this season, her niece right before this season started, and now Jacqueline. I'm sick of her at this point. I agree. I do not like friends like that. Like, if you gotta constantly throw in my face what you did for me, honey, okay, it's a problem. Okay, like, it reads disingenuous. It reads you're not a sincere person. You're not a sensitive, compassionate person. You know, so yeah, guys, don't ever throw in people's faces what you've did for them. Another person says, honey, I was over Mia when she told Jacqueline to close her legs to married men, but wasn't she just giggling and bragging about busting it wide open for a very married Gordon on a public beach? Where is the self-awareness, ma'am? I know that's right, honey. I told y'all Mia lacks self-awareness. And so does Gizelle and the rest of the heifers, even Karen. Another person says, the nanny said that Jacqueline and Mia have an agreement to share her since they are on the show together, and she supports them both. Whenever they have to go to an event or leave the country for the show, she has no problem gathering all 5 kids together and watching them at Mia's house. And Mia's house was the designated house because it's bigger, and that's it. She said that she only watched them collectively 2 to 3 times, so it's not that big of a deal. Also, Mia's kids eat up the snacks in Jacqueline's house too when they go over there, but Jacqueline doesn't care because they are kids and Mia is her best friend, so she sees them as hers. I don't think Mia shares the same sentiment. Ooh, child. Another person says, Karen lost both her parents very close together. She gave Charisse everything she could give. Another person says, Mia, close your legs to married men. Wait, didn't Mia say she dated G when he was married? I know that's right, honey, and was proud about it, honey, okay? Make it make sense. It's the delusions, honey, and lack of self-awareness. Another person says, Robin and Gizelle see no problem with Robin not inviting Wendy, but it's such a big issue that Big Back wasn't invited. They talking about Charisse, honey, okay? And I don't understand why they made such a big deal about Karen not inviting Charisse, you know, to her talent show, whatever lack thereof it was. Honey, I don't know what that was, okay? What was it, a variety show? Charisse, you didn't miss out on nothing. But see, that's the hypocrisy, you guys, of this show. Robin and Gizelle can disinvite people, treat them any kind of way. Karen better not do it though. And that's why I told y'all that's what they do when Charisse is on the scene. They use her as an attack dog. Okay? Another person says, in Karen's defense, the show isn't what it was when Charisse was on full time. I think by using her mother's death, she means Charisse needs a natural beef or conflict to bring her back into the group, because without the conflict with Karen, what purpose does she really serve? Ooh, bloop. She's literally like a lump on a log, just there in scenes. If you don't come to work on this show now, there is no place for you anymore. You see, Robin is hanging on just by a piece of thread. Ooh, not a piece of thread, honey. Okay, y'all so shady. But guess what, honey? Miss Robinson is here for her. Okay, but at least she tries. The show has left Charisse behind. Child, Robin ain't even trying at this point, honey. Okay. I think that whole thing, you guys, with Juan is stupid. She did all that bragging about getting married and only the kids go be there, honey. That just, it's like you trying to hide something. You know, like, I feel like the more secretive you are about your relationship, it's almost like you trying to hide something, or maybe things are not what they, seem to be. It seems like Juan may have another woman allegedly, honey. That's what Karen go say to Miss Robin, honey. Okay. Another person says, did y'all hear Charisse say I came to the funeral? In my opinion, the funeral that she referenced was Karen's mother's funeral, and that's why Karen blew up at her. Charisse had spread rumors about Blue Eyes while Karen's mom was sick, and then showed up at the funeral as a photo op. Ooh, not a photo op, honey. What y'all think about that? Charisse is saying, I came to your mother's funeral. I tried to be supportive of you. Like I keep telling y'all, okay? It's really not hard to see what these heifers do on this show. But like I said, Charisse needs to be aware of how she comes off. Because you could do little nice gestures to people, but at the same time, honey, if they don't like you, it don't matter what you do, okay? It don't matter what you do, and I feel like Charisse is used as an attack dog from Robin and Gizelle. It's like it's not really genuine. That's why Karen is not receiving it well, you guys. Okay, and a lot of people are saying that Charisse doesn't have to use Karen to get on the show. Charisse casted the show. Y'all go and check out Charisse's interview, honey, she did with Carlos King. Because she was the one, that got the girls together, but that may be true. You got the girls together. But at the same time, you still have to have a viable storyline, and Charisse does not really have that. I like Charisse coming back to the show at first, you guys, because I was like, yeah, finally somebody to hold Gizelle accountable. But no, she over there like starting stuff with Karen. I'm not trying to say Karen is the most innocent person, but like we want somebody that brings something to the table. Okay, and people love comparing Charisse and Gizelle to Miss Nene Leakes. Y'all know neither one of them is on Nene's level, because Nene helped to cast Real Housewives of Atlanta, with her friend group. But Nene brings a lot to the show. Star quality. She had a husband. She had the children. She had a whole bunch of one-liners. She's funny, and Nene can reach the girls down. Gizelle can't read. Even Kenya Moore, honey, blasted her and said, honey, I be trying to call her and give her some reads, honey, but she don't never listen to me. I was like, ooh, child. Now, y'all know that's bad if that come from Kenya, honey, okay? But yeah, and Kenya is right about Gizelle. She can't read. She can't, like, even Kenya wanted to say a little bit more, but since they friends, she wanted to, just try to be nice about it, honey, okay? But yeah, that, like, Gizelle don't really be bringing nothing, you guys. That's why she has to stoop to the level of, bringing Charisse back on here and having her come for Karen. They are always trying to bully Karen. Just go back to the first seasons, you guys. Gizelle and Robin, when Ray had that tax issue, they couldn't wait to put it out there, couldn't wait to make Karen look bad. Like, I wouldn't want anything to do with you either if something like is bad always happening to me when you are around, or Charisse be sniggling and giggling with Robin and Gizelle, talking about how, Ray was the fake Black Bill Gates. He ain't got money like that. You've always attacked my marriage. No, it don't matter if you came to somebody's mother's funeral. If you have always kind of been nasty and shady to a person, they are not going to trust you. Okay? All right, so another person says Karen is full of shit, honey. She tried to get Candiace fired because she said telling her to go to hell was wishing death on her. Then she said Gizelle wished death on Ray last season. Yeah, that's true. Based on some nonsense for years prior. Now she was the one who brought up her mother, then tried to go off on Charisse for bringing her mother up. I agree with all of that. That's something I do not like about Karen. Karen definitely is delusional. Karen definitely is one of those people that lies by omission. Leaving things out, adding things in that wasn't even said. That way she could be this perpetual victim, which is something that a dark-sided Taurus is known for doing. I had a dark-sided Taurus, honey, do it to Miss Robinson, tried to flip some stuff on me, and it's like, what is you talking about? Wasn't nobody saying that? Did nobody say that? But yeah, they do that because it's like they are these perpetual children that can't own up to, you know, what is put in front of them. So you gotta look at it like that. But yeah, Karen, girl, you took 2 steps back, honey. I was with you until you did that. And Charisse was looking all confused, like, girl, did nobody bring up your mother? Robin was looking confused. You know, everybody was looking confused. Okay, so yeah. Another person says Charisse got the whole cast together. Not kind of, that's a fact. Okay, and also, Charisse said to Karen she didn't hear from her during her divorce and also when her father died, and she replied she texted her. To me, it's fine to text somebody if y'all not friends like that. Okay, where they do that at? Charisse responded, you did ask a question. Karen then said, I lost my mother. Charisse said, and I was there for you. Came to the funeral. Karen then flips out yelling. Yep, that is what happened, honey. Karen brought up her mother, then yelling at Charisse that she leave her mother out of this. Karen has been a fake and phony person for a minute, and I'm sick of her and her BS. As for Mia, she could take her lying ass somewhere else, honey. I said, oh, child. But she right, though. Mia is declassing the show because we don't know what's true, what's fake. But one thing I will say with Mia, to be objective, if we didn't really have this situation, honey, with her and Jacqueline, what would we have? This fake storyline with Gizelle talking about Chris Bassett made her uncomfortable. The Zoolander girl talking about Chris made her feel uncomfortable. Ashley talking about Chris made her feel uncomfortable. Plus her fake divorce. Like, they are giving fake. Andy needs to reach the girls down. And one thing I will say about Carlos King over Andy is if Carlos King was in charge of this show, the girls would have to step it up. Okay, he said that he had to go down to Huntsville, honey, and dig in their behinds. That way they could give us some good TV, honey, for this next season. So I hope that Carlos, honey, I can smell it coming, honey. He go do some interviews with these girls, with Gizelle and Robin and the rest of the girls. He go tell them to step it up. He really, like, somebody. Andy is not gonna do it, guys, because Andy just want his check and he want to go home. But Carlos, you can tell he really cares, you know, about his cast. He's very hands-on, very involved. I know some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your teeth, saying, no, he isn't. You just don't like Carlos, but you love watching his show. I get it, I guess, honey. Okay, but I do like that, you know, about Carlos, though. Because Carlos said it, honey. These heifers go end up fired and they don't get it together. Okay, so another person says Charisse may have connections to the majority of the cast, but she's clearly pressed concerning Karen. She brought nothing to the show in the previous 8 to 10 episodes. The most interesting moment outside of this moment was her pretending she was gonna get a hotel room in Miami, but they were all booked, yet Wendy got a room with no issues. Watching her is like watching Miss Piggy wallpaper dry. Oh, not Miss Piggy. And I was listening to another review, you guys, and a lady said that Charisse is ugly. She's so unattractive. I don't think that Charisse is ugly. What I think it is she makes bad choices in wigs. She claims she got all that money, honey. But, honey, the way the wigs is set up, it don't seem like it. But all she got to do is improve her hair, her makeup, and her clothes. Okay? That's all she gotta do is just improve in that stuff. But that's not an ugly woman. And y'all know Miss Robinson has had her, a fair share of seeing Ooga Booga, honey. But Charisse ain't no Ooga Booga. She's really not. She just needs to, put herself together better. And in all fairness, she's been away from the show for a while. Probably don't know what fashion is in. And, because dressing is subjective. I may like some, y'all may not like it, I think it's one of them things, but for people to be dragging Charisse, calling her ugly, it's just too much. Okay, so another person says, guys, I know some people didn't understand why Jacqueline immediately said that she didn't sleep with Gordon, but she said that because she already knew that the ladies thought Gordon was her man, because Mia told her and Gordon last episode. Yeah, I think Mia was kind of using Jacqueline for that storyline. Like, girl, let's play with these people, okay, and act like you slept with my husband, honey, to get your car, allegedly. Let's kind of play like that with it, and it didn't land. She knew that she had not nipped that in the bud. Mia would have ran with that Nene quote and let the other girls think that she was actually sleeping with Gordon. Then, to make matters worse, she didn't even try to rectify the situation when Candiace told her to. She just shrugged it off. Yeah, Mia was very mean-spirited towards Jacqueline, for Jacqueline to be her best friend, honey, all these years. What's up with these best friends, guys? I was watching another video by a really big YouTuber, Chronicle Speaks. Go to her channel, guys. She got like a video on there where the girl was talking about how her friend, attacked her in a vicious way. It's like, you can't trust these heifers these days, okay? Shoot, and then we already had the Shanquella Robinson situation, you guys. Be careful out there with who you call a friend, with who you give information to, you guys, because people will weaponize it, use it against you, honey, and leave you in a puddle of tears. Okay, ask Miss Robinson how she doing. Okay, how you doing? Now, the person goes on to say, Jacqueline said that the blow-up was building since Miami because Mia kept effing with her. Hopefully, we get to see the rest of the fallout. I heard that Mia mentioned Jacqueline's mom. The nanny said it. And then things got physical between Jacqueline and Mia. And Gizelle said that. When did she say that? Look, who said that? But my whole thing is, why did we only see Candiace hugging Jacqueline, having her back, being compassionate? I didn't really see Karen was kind of sitting by Jacqueline. Nobody really comforted Jacqueline after the argument that, she had with Mia, her best friend of all these years. Wendy comforted Jacqueline. I thought that was sweet, but Gizelle was heartless. Gizelle only care about her check, which is why I feel like her check should be taken from her. Okay, her and Robin. Okay, take both of their checks. No compassion. I'm sure they go get to the reunion. Oh, we comforted her. They just didn't show it. I'm so sick of seeing that. Okay, that's another thing that Destiny Payton likes to do on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I did that. They just didn't play it. Yeah, right, girl. Okay, stop playing in our face. Okay. So another person says Karen was doing the most. Charisse did not speak on Karen's mother. No, she didn't. And, that was Karen's way of creating a diversion, deflecting, and she wanted to use that to play the victim. But, honey, stuff got interesting, honey, when Charisse hit that table and Karen hit that table. Did y'all notice all that cursing that Miss Karen was doing? I ain't know Karen had a dirty mouth like that, honey. It was MF this and F that. And I was like, oh, shiggity. Oh, stuff. Okay, this is crazy. Another person says Robin and Gizelle wanting to invite Wanting Karen to invite Charisse to her event is like someone wanting them to invite Monique to their live show. Exactly. Just stop. Robin can just put on a pantsuit and keep it pushing, wasting the tailor's time. Oh, they was talking about how her and the boys was getting fitted, honey. Child, when I reviewed that, I just kind of skipped right through that because I ain't got time for the Dixons, honey, to be playing with me, honey. Okay, I ain't got time for it. But yeah, I don't like the hypocritical behavior on this show, the double standards. I will say this, and one thing I like about Real Housewives of Atlanta is I feel like even with Kandi, and y'all know I don't see it, honey, all the time for Miss Kandi Burruss, but Kandi has a way of calling Kenya out when Kenya is kind of going too far. You know, she's did that last season with the whole Marlo situation, or, you know, just any situation she feel like Kenya is kind of getting out of line, or, you know, any of the girls, she'll call out Marlo, Nene, anybody, Portia when she was on the show. We don't really have that anchor on here. Karen don't really do it. Like, don't nobody properly call out Robin or Gizelle, or especially Gizelle, guys. Don't nobody really do that. It's always they call out other people. They allow Gizelle to be, you know, the head cheerleader of the group. Like, I don't understand the dynamics of this group. It's like everybody is scared of the girls. Okay, I don't even like the stuff that Candiace and Wendy be doing. Candiace, girl, you better stay mad at Gizelle. You better not talk to that heifer no more. Don't try to get back in her good graces. And Wendy, I didn't like that from you. Why are you trying to hug Gizelle this season? Y'all gotta stand strong, because when y'all bow down and acquiesce to this woman, you know, all that does is pump her head up and be like, you know what? They look up to me. They want to be back in with me. And no, don't do that. Stand strong. Like, does anybody call these women out on Twitter? I'm not on Twitter like that, but like, I just don't like how this group allows Gizelle to like get away with her bad behavior. But yet, if it's Wendy or Candiace, honey, they be ready to, you know, ice them out, and, you know, they, you know, don't want to film with them. Candiace is childish. She a crybaby. Wendy is aggressive, you know. And I didn't like on Charisse's interview she did with Carlos King, she was like, well, you know, when I came back to the group, you know, nobody liked Wendy. And I said, that's a problem too, because Wendy is actually likable. You know, why don't nobody feel like that about Gizelle? It's kind of like how Gizelle feels, it begins to be the whole tone of the group, which isn't true, because Robin may not like Wendy, okay, when Gizelle is around. I think Robin do like Wendy. She just wants to be up Giselle's butt, okay? Mia don't like Wendy. Candiace likes Wendy, right? Karen likes Wendy. Ashley likes Wendy, or tolerates her, however you want to put it. You know, we haven't seen any issues between the two of them so far this season. So why is it? I didn't like that general blanket statement. That's how I know Gizelle is in charge of the girls. Because it's like whatever Gizelle say, whatever she feel, that's why she keeps doing all of this basic on the first floor storylines, you guys. Because they like, I don't know, they allow her to be mediocre and then be trying to get back, you know, get back in good with her. Like, hold her accountable and responsible for her actions. And we don't have like a Kandi Burruss on here to speak up. And because if Kandi was amongst their group, I know she would say something. Y'all know Nene would say something, honey. Okay. I feel like Gizelle, because she's not as obvious with her shade or with her nastiness, right? She's not cursing. She's not doing certain things that maybe in the past we saw Kenya Moore do. It's kind of like she kind of gets away with stuff, but she's still just as bad. And I didn't think that at first, but yeah, she like is disgusting. And I think what makes Gizelle really disgusting is how delusional she is. And I don't like all of this using Charisse to attack Karen, and Karen needs to love Charisse the way that we do and be her friend. And like they always trying to bully bully people into being friends with people. They tried to bully Candiace the one season or a couple of seasons into giving Ashley an apology when it was Ashley that was actually the aggressor at Candiace's house. Okay, I don't care about the knife situation. She, like Ashley was wrong. Your mother lives in a tent. How you gonna come at Candiace cause, her mother paid for this house? I would have been like, you damn right she did. What your mother do? Bought you a tent? That's why you over there trying to spread it wide and lay low with that old raggedy man. Okay, that's why you got to be on your back and have his kids so you could be somebody in this world. Now you got the chance to get away from the raggedy man and you scared. You a punk. Okay? Ashley, you got all that forehead and all that mouth with the rest of these ladies, but when it come to exiting your toxic marriage that Michael don't even take serious, you are scared and afraid to move on. And child, Ashley ain't fooling me. I heard she dating somebody new, but I don't think it'll last. I think she'll go right back to Michael, go right back to that first floor, honey, of what she used to. Okay, so another person says, I think out of Gizelle and Robin's show, Karen's show seemed more fun. Yeah, kind of did, but I still didn't know what was going on. It's okay to ice out Wendy, but not Charisse. They're so hypocritical. Well, Mia is paying Jay's sister, and Jay just wants to drop her kids off. She's talking about Jacqueline, which seems to be why Mia was so upset, but Mia went too far and, as usual, became the stripper, showing why she is not first class, even though she may be sitting in first class. I know that's right, honey. Okay. And what is this I heard that Mia and Gordon and the kids, honey, they is living in an apartment, and I guess allegedly she got put out that nice house that she was renting for all that money per month. That is crazy, honey. Okay, just foolishness. Okay, so another person says, I think people may be wrong about Charisse not needing Karen to get back on the show. Really, the only two people who want Charisse around is Gizelle and Robin. Nobody else really cares, LOL. Obviously, being friends with just Gizelle and Robin isn't enough to make her a full-time cast member. If that was the case, then she would have been back on the show by now instead of appearing as a friend of the show. I agree with that, but I also feel like Charisse don't want to be full-time. That's what I feel too, though. Honey, another person says that Charisse only came to Karen's mom's funeral to get back on the show or to be a part of the friend group, because we all have to remember at that time all of them weren't dealing with Charisse. So, yeah, she did bring them together, but they also fell out, too. Yeah, because Charisse done fell out with Monique, too. But, honey, everybody falls out, honey, with Miss Perfect Petty, okay? So, I guess if I didn't miss that, child, y'all got to write these sentences in a better way, honey. We go have them sentence writing classes, honey, for the summer, honey, okay? So another person says, I have a different take on Shasha versus Karen. Karen doesn't think Charisse is looking for her approval to get back on the show. Charisse is using Karen or a storyline to get back. Feuding with her does that. Karen keeps ignoring her and Charisse keeps looking for a moment. Gizelle has been trying to get her back on the show for years, and being friends with her has gotten Charisse nowhere. It's why Gizelle keeps trying to force Charisse onto Karen now, because she knew they would eventually explode on each other. Karen has been trying not to give them this moment all season, but she caved in. Yeah, that's basically, honey, what happened, honey, okay? Another person says, honey, why is Karen so worried about Robin's wedding? Then she has the nerve to call Robin's ring fake when her face is plastic. Ooh, and she was out here walking around with the Indy. Remember, it was supposed to be Fendi, honey. I remember that, honey. Okay. Another person says, yes, Karen lies and twists words a lot. I just think she doesn't like Charisse and wants to be the only matriarch of the show. But I'm also here for anyone cursing Charisse out. Okay? All right, so another person says, Karen shouldn't have even texted Charisse. If you don't like her, then leave her alone. A condolence text is pathetic and half-assed and flat out insulting. Could have sent flowers to the funeral home at least. I love Karen, but I wasn't feeling her while they were out of town. I guess she's talking about when they were in Mexico and she was arguing back and forth with Charisse, trying to make everything about her mama funeral, honey, all of a sudden, honey, okay? All right, you guys, that is all I have to say about that. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.